came up against me, they stumbled and fell. Israel, our enemy shall fall. It's war time. Take back our kingdom. Take back our crown.
If you're an Israelite, they shiver. See, I'ma walk the footprints of my fathers. When you come to serve the Lord, it's best a man up or don't bother. Pay attention, we're part of the rebirth of our nation. Out of diligence to patience, I could've faked it till I made it. But why I lose the chance to rule this earth with his greatness? See, that's what you call a patriot. A young Caleb to make it. See, I don't wanna die with cowards, so I'm taking this as David did Goliath.
Yo, the man, we gonna leave these heathens rule over us? How long shall we stick to the bottom, Israel? We gotta take back our nationality, our crown. This is ours. The world is ours.
Brothers? All praises. All praises. All praises.
All right. Cool. I think somebody. Let's see. I ain't gonna say. I know a lot of brothers be having deep questions, but don't read the law at all. I ain't even gonna ask who it was. I'm just gonna answer the question. Let me answer this real quick right here, then I'll get that. Somebody wrote, "Is sodomy honored in a marriage?" That's like, the prophets, we have decoded what it means.
Right. We already know what it
It's
means.
It's not talking about what it is. Explain to us again.
It's talking about a sexual act between a husband and a wife.
Yeah, that's what
It ain't talking about actual man on man. It's talking about an act between a husband and a wife. You all should know.
Right.
What we talking about.
All right, so it's I'm gonna rename it for you. Is anal sex honored in a marriage? 1 Corinthians. Yeah. 1 Corinthians.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question, believe it or not. Y'all brothers laughing, but that's a good question.
1 Corinthians, because some of them in here thinking.
Yep.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, read verse 1 on down.
Let's see what God said.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
It's good for a man not to touch a woman. For what reason, brothers? What is the reason it's good for? Is he saying not to touch a woman and touch a man? What is he saying? Yeshua. What is he saying? It's good for a woman not to touch a man, not to touch a woman. So you can focus on doing God's work. Exactly right. You ain't got nobody to be at home with because they miss you, so you can hit the streets all the time. All right, read on.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication.
So, you're passing out them flies, but, you get to thinking a little bit too much. And you're thinking about going with one of them hussies out there, is what they call them. Them hussies, them bussy bangers. Like the old people say, hussy. No, we'll say that. I'm from Jerusalem. This brother check his spirit, man. Read on.
All praises.
Let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Right.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence,
Affection, sex, love. Read on.
and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Read on.
The wife have not power of her own body,
Of her own body. Meaning what the husband wants, the wife has to fall in line with. As long as it does not violate the laws in what chapter, brothers? Zadok.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18.
Leviticus 18, right, when it goes over sexual sins. Things. So read verse 4 again.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 4. The wife have no power of her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband have not power of his own body, but the wife.
So it's vice versa when it comes to dealing with each other sexually. So now guess what? Because a lot of these women are like, what? God said it, so don't get mad at me. God said your body ain't yours. Don't be mad at me because I read it. So let's see. Go to Hebrews 13 and 4, because it's talking about 8. So Hebrews 13 and 4. And then I'll give you the wisdom of it too. Because a lot of y'all like, dang, what if he want to tickle my ear? So I gotta do that? I don't like being tickled. What if she wanna blow air in between my feet? And turn her on.
Hey, we gonna read the scripture. We all gotta fall in line with what the scripture say.
Read Hebrews 13 and 4.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
And the what?
And the bed undefiled.
So God says between a man and a wife, a husband and a wife, a man and a woman that are married, what they do in that bed, literally meaning you have to be on a bed all the time. But what y'all do with each other is undefiled in the eyes of the Most High, as long as it does not violate the laws in Leviticus 18, where you want to now, me and my wife, but if bed's undefiled, I want to bring in a third person and become swingers. That's what Esau does. Esau is swingers, a lot of them swingers. I just want to see you lay with my wife. Go ahead, big black buck. I'm going to sit here and watch. Yeah, they got this stuff. Hold on. They got this stuff. So God says the bed is undefiled between both of y'all. So that comes up. It's honored in marriage, God says. It's honorable. Read on.
But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
Go ahead.
Can we look at the definition of undefiled, please?
Definition of undefiled.
But when you said that, a lot of people like, hey, God said it's undefiled if you're married. If you're married.
That's the main point.
If
you're married.
If it's good. It's honorable. Undefiled. Can you read that, please?
Undefiled. Not made corrupt, impure.
Read that again.
Not made corrupt, impure, or unclean.
So can you read the scripture again?
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
So when you're married, there is nothing that can make that bed unclean
Or
impure unless, like Officer brought out, it breaks the laws of Leviticus 18.
Right. Exactly right.
And damn, what am I about to say? But when it says, never mind, I ain't gonna go there.
Okay, all right, so now what's the wisdom in that? Because, you know, I know more than the man. Man ain't worried about it. Oh, you want some? Cool, meet me there. Whatever. You women,
Take off of work.
y'all the ones be like, he gonna do some crazy stuff to me. Lord protect me. Okay.
You're right, though.
I don't do anything.
You're right.
All right, we're gonna help you out. The Lord got us safe now. Go to 1 Peter. 1 Peter.
Hey, what Bishop say?
What?
Hey, Bishop say he's supposed to tear it up.
Tear it up. Yeah. Bishop
That's
today
why
he said,
you
tear that
supposed to
thing up. Go home, tear your wife's stuff. Beat your wife's stuff up. That's what he said.
If you're married.
If you're married. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7.
Here's the wisdom in that before some of you brothers be like, yeah, God gave me the green light, it's on. Read that.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
Dwell with them what?
According to knowledge.
Dwell with them according to knowledge. It's not also only talking about the scriptures, but it's talking about when you deal with one another. Because her body belongs to you, and your body belongs to her. If God's telling you, man, you know y'all can be lions in the house, deal with them according to knowledge. You might want something sexually that ain't beneficial health-wise to your wife. And I'm going to show you something. Dwelling with them according to knowledge. This is what it means. Sirach 25 and 1. This is what it means, dwelling with them according to knowledge.
Sirach chapter 25 and verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful before God beautiful, both before God and men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
That do what?
Agree together.
That's what it means to dwell with them according to knowledge, that you agree together. You might want the anal sex from your wife, but she's told you that it is unbearable for me. I'll do whatever you want. My body belongs to you, but this one thing that you want is unbearable. I can't take it. It hurts so bad. You like, and whatever, woman. You a nigga. Tell you straight up.
Straight up.
That's what you are.
You a nasty nigga.
Because you don't agree, and you ain't dwelling with them according to knowledge, like God says. The knowledge is knowing how your wife's body is. Go back to 1 Peter 3 and 7.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
So you gotta talk. So brothers, sisters that are proving each other, you better, once it gets to that point of proving, then you start bringing up those kind of conversations of what you like and what they like in the bed. Down the line. Once you already friends, and you
not,
can
not
see,
1 month, not 1 month.
Yeah, not 1 or 2 months. Yeah, I think I know everything about you now. So let's get down to the real questions here. How many times? Where at?
She said the real questions.
Yeah, I'm talking how they talk. Yeah, all that stuff like real. It was just, you know, superficial stuff. I was just, you know, yeah. Just had to see if I liked your personality. Now let's get to the real stuff. About this Hebrews 13 and 4. Read that again. Likewise, ye do what?
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Give honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
Because she's the weaker vessel, so you have to know how to treat them. Read on.
And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
You better agree and dwell with them according to knowledge. Like I tell you all the time, before that was your wife, that was God's daughter. And still is. And if you treat his kids wrong, you'll be stuck at that damn 6 to 6 job for 6 years and can't never get up out the rat race. You wonder why? Because you're treating his daughter wrong. He said, I ain't hearing his prayers because you a Negro. Putting her through all that pain that you know she can't take, but to satisfy your lust, because you try to use me as your scapegoat, but you didn't read this scripture where I said, dwell with him according to knowledge. You only read, your body belongs to me, woman. I said, I ain't hearing nothing he got to say.
Hey, what's that scripture that said, you should treat her body like you would treat your body?
If you just fine, we gonna get to it.
Nah, you wouldn't do that to yourself.
Nah, you don't know that.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
You wouldn't be doing that to yourself now.
Yeah. Exactly right. Read that verse 8. But your prayers be not hindered. Verse 8.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind.
That's that agree together. Go ahead.
Having compassion one of another.
You gotta have what?
Compassion one of another.
Yeah, that's what we said. So, whatever sexual act in the bed is undefiled with God. The husband, your wife, you can do whatever. But you better have some compassion one for another. Same way you women with the man. You know, you want to dress up in this and beat him over the back with this, and that turns you on. No. You gotta have some compassion. You brothers, you want a back door, don't give a damn what. You gotta have some compassion. Love as brethren. Read on.
Love as brethren. Be pitiful.
That pitiful means tender-hearted, caring. Read on.
Be courteous. Not rendering evil for evil.
You did this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do what you don't like. You put me through it, I'm gonna put your ass through it too now.
Literally.
Evil for evil. Go ahead.
Or railing for railing. but contrariwise, blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Now go to what Officer Gab was talking about in Ephesians, right? Ephesians, where we at 5, right? And I want to restart at verse 21.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God.
That's dwelling with each other according to knowledge. Submit yourself to one another. I don't like this. I like that. But I just can't do that. You do it in the fear of God, because if I step out of line with that, God ain't going to hear my prayers. I already read it in Peter's. Read on.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord.
So whatever he wants to do, if he wants to try it, all right, you got to submit yourself to your husband. You better talk about it first. Go ahead.
For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body.
You know.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own
Be
husbands
subject to your own husbands, what?
in everything.
And whatever he wants to do with your body, you be subject to it. And you, brothers, have to dwell with them according to knowledge. Be in agreement with them. Make sure that you are compassionate to them, the daughter of God. Verse 25.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the
Now
church.
that's the flip side of it. You better love her as Christ loved the church. Don't just have her there for a sexual tool for whenever you ready. You don't show no compassion towards her, no love, none of that stuff. But you just want sex all the time. Go ahead.
And gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Jump to verse 28.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 28. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
Self-explanatory. Read on.
For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord the church.
So you got to love and cherish your own wife's body, taking into account what is good for her and what's not. Because one thing you might like might be unbearable for them. And you can ruin your marriage. Because you want this no matter what. No, the scriptures say, dwell with your wife all the days of your life joyfully. All right? And on the flip side, no. The question came out. What if a man wants to be penetrated by his wife? No. That breaks the laws of Leviticus 18, right? So you can't do that. Because there's some brothers out there that might want to do that. It's a good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Vice versa. No. Hell to the no, no, no.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no.
Not up in here. Not up in here. All right. So let's understand that it's honorable and there's nothing wrong with it. It's honored by God, whatever you do in the bed with your wife, but you got to use wisdom and dwell with each other according to knowledge. Talk these things out before you get to that point. And don't mistreat one another.
Hey, I don't think people understand why you said held on to that. Because
that's a gateway.
Right. And the Most High gave women what they got, and brother, men got what they got. Once that is a desire from a man to get that from his wife, now the roles switch. Now she got to put on something that was given to a man in order to perform that act.
Right.
So that is when it breaks the laws.
Yep.
She is being a man.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.